Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you're watching this, and welcome back to Tekkit. So you can see that I have the animals happily trundling along behind me, doing what they're supposed to be doing. But we can now see a bit more detail. I was a bit surprised to find that sewers, it turns out, collect both sewage, which I have a barrel and half a barrel of, as well as mob essence, which is extremely useful because it means that when you get the little mob experience from breeding, it now gets collected in the sewer, which is fantastic news. Also have this barrel over here picking up a little bit, but I've also shuffled my ME network a little bit to try and organize it a bit better. So I've simplified the big mess that I had down to two. So I have two pulverizers and two furnaces. With this one, it's not correct populated yet. But we have ores now being picked out from the system whenever they're collected by the quarry and being automatically turned into ingots. So 8,000 iron, 7,000 copper, 9,000 tin, only 83 lead. That doesn't seem logical. Let's see how much lead dust we've got. Only something close to 3,000. So we'll easily put that on to cook, just to get those numbers up a bit higher. I've also moved the way in which my quarries work to simplify them a little bit. So I'm now accepting everything into the quarry, regardless of what it may be. And I now have all of the deep storage units selected along the top up here. And I have the storage buses attached to the bottom. Now the thing the storage bus does is it turns whatever it's connected to, as long as it's a storage unit. So it could be a normal chest, it could be a tank, it could be anything that holds items. So not a tank, that's stupid. We'll come to tanks in a second, I'm ahead of myself. It turns it into a storage aspect so I can get to all of the cobble. So there's no cobble anywhere else in the network. If I cut this pipe off here, I would lose access to all the cobble. So for example, we have 910,000 cobble in the system, which is a stupid number. But that brings us to what we need to build today. So I've got a lot of sort of pipes collecting fluids in all sorts of different places. And if we go out to my tree farm, we've now got 6 barrels of sludge, or 6 drums of sludge, and then 3 more which are probably well on their way to being populated with more sludge. So we need to start storing the sludge slightly more efficiently, slightly more effectively. And I want to store it in an ME network. So I don't want it in drums all spread around my base, because I have drums in here as well, don't I? Drum. So I've got resin ender drums, fluid drums, oil drum, fuel drums. I can store all of this in an ME network, and I can then control and add it to units and products and things using the ME network. So how do we do that? Well, that is a good question. We need to build some of these fluid storage cells. Now they're not too difficult, so fluid dust is probably going to be the most difficult to get hold of. How much of this can I make? 6. Excellent. So I need some more nether quartz to go through the pulverizer. So have I got a spare pulverizer? I do. So I can just put this on here, put that in there, and just configure it to output through the bottom, like so, and that'll sort that out for me. So we should have some in here already. We do have 92, which is good. So we can get this fluid, I need basic processes. Wait, we need advanced processes. So we should have some over here, because I did put some gold on to be charged. So there's 64 redstone diamond chipsets. We then have, I think it's this one, nope, this one, for making said super duper chipsets. So how many of these can we make? 21, should get us started. I'll put some more silicon on to be mended, to be made, because silicon is relatively easy. We can just put it through the pulverizer, and then it goes through the furnace, and that creates silicon. So we can leave that for a second and forget what's going on here. Strange. So we should be able to make 3 of these relatively easy. Now we're going to need to make 9 of these to get started. That means we can then make 1 of these. No, we can't. We are short on quartz glass because I've never made any of that before in my life. And so therefore we can now put those in there and make 3 of those, which should allow us to make 1 of these. And that's going to require 3 of those. So fluid storage cells. What comes next? La la la. Where is it's like the ME cell? Nope. Disk drive. Disk. Nope. What the flipping hell are they called? ME 16K storage. So it's just going to be called ME 64K storage, but that's not right. So let's go to not extra utilities. There it is. Nope. What have I done wrong here? There, ME64K fluid storage, sorry. So we need Certus tanks, we need flux dust, we need quartz glass, and we need just 1 of those to give us 64. It can hold 5 fluid types, but lots of it, which is what we want, because we're going to have lots and lots and lots of things like mob essence, I guess, sludge. But we're going to boil sludge, so we might be alright with 16K. It's just such a massive difference. It seems to be worthwhile. If I got the resources to make it, I should make it, shouldn't I? Not sure I like this ME linked synchronized mode as much as I first thought I did. Okay, so we run out of crystals. Make 64 more crystals. We're going to run out of advanced processors, which is where the silicon kicks in. We should be able to automate all this into the ME network soon. Oh no, it's not silicon that I needed. Whoops. It's the fluix dust. My bad. Whee! So we've now got 44 of those, which means we can make 9. What goes around the outside? Literally been making this for the last like 30 seconds. More fluix dust. So we need to put more nether crystals, nether quartz in the pulverizer. Keep that ticking over. Right, yeah, I've had enough of that now, it's starting to annoy me. So this needs to be on the fluid, which makes life a lot quicker and easier for everyone involved. So 8 of those then allows us to hopefully make none of those, because I have run out of quartz glass again. That's nether quartz dust as well, apparently. You can't be serious. You can't have run out of those, because I made exactly the right number. Okay, so we should be able to now get the 64K. Nope, because that would just be too easy. So 4 more of those. 4 more of that. We've now got this sorted. Well, hey. Okay. So we can now make the 64K other components. So we need quite a lot of quartz glass now. I think it was 16 to make. Nope, I was wrong, because it's 3 of these. Everything is starting to get on my nerves. Three of those. More fluix dust. I can't wait to get my computer sorted out so I can automate the creation of everything I'm going to need. Okay, so that's the 64K fluid storage drive. We now need to build everything else. So we need to build the an infinite fluid. I'm guessing that's not craftable? No, it says not quite right. So we need the fluid terminal, which joy of joys requires another one of those. Joy of joy of joy. It also seems to require an access terminal. Can I build one of those? I can. There's the fluid terminal sorted. Does this fluid drive just go in a normal drive bay? Apparently it does. We need to put this fluid access point somewhere else though. Put here, for example, would that fit? Okay. So if we now take a bucket, that will give me a bucket of that. So if we take a bucket of sewage, a bucket of mob essence, and put that into here, so bucket of that, bucket of that. What else do we want? What else have we got in here? Leave all of those. It's going to be sludge that we want. Oops, it fell down. So if we grab our buckets of sludge through any means that is necessary. Apparently I've left my... This is just annoying. Okay. So we can then start to prepare fluid storage. So if we put this straight into here via the drum? Yes. That's good to know. So we now have a lot, a kilobucket, I think, which is 10,000 buckets. Because each of those was 256. Yeah, so there's over, yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot sludge. Okay. So we can build fluid import and fluid export buses. So a fluid export bus is an export bus plus a bucket. Okay, so can we build that as is? Not quite, because we need to build one of these. Can we build one of these as is? No, because we need one of these, which we can't build because we need, oh my god, build one of these, which we can build. Oops, got ahead of myself. Oh, seriously? Every component is wrong. This is the best episode ever. Just done that one, haven't I? So we should now be able to build that. Which means we can build that, which means we can build that. Yay! Fluid export bus is in fact not the one I wanted. Cock. Okay, well, let's test the sludge boiler anyway then. So the sludge boiler, easy enough. Okay, so we want this sludge boiler somewhere almost safe and far away, because it's a dangerous and deadly little bastard. Where should we build this? I know. We'll build it in here, shall we? No, where's the power cable gone? Nothing is where I think it is. Nothing at all is going in my plan today. I don't really want to build it anywhere where I'm going to get hurt by it, because it's just going to be irritating. There's no any ME cabling over here, is there? There's an ME cable there, but just again, right, I'll just build it down here. Just proof of concept it, and then we'll move it when we need to. So if we put that, how does it kick out? It doesn't have an inventory, does it? It just kicks out into a neighbouring inventory. So therefore, we're going to want to build it next to the ender chest, so it puts into the ender chest, whatever it builds. So if we build that there, it's got power. If we put the fluid export bus on the top, and I think we need to get a bucket of sludge, and we then tell this to export a bucket of sludge, and there we can see it starting to hurt. So it's starting to do what it's supposed to be doing. Ow! That was unpleasant. But it's doing its thing. It's boiling sludge, which means it is exporting it from the network. It's going to take a long time to boil all that sludge, but it's doing what it needs to do. I need to work out where to put that, because I don't want to hurt myself all the time. But yeah, so that's good. So we now have the ability to input and output fluids. So the next thing to do is going to be to import all of the mob essence from these guys. How many? Holy crap. 64, 64, 3 stacks of beef and a stack and a half of leather. Guessing you're running out of wheat. You've run out of wheat. Oh god. So we need to up the wheat production. And that's going to be all about the network. How much wheat is in here? Oh, loads. I'll keep going for now. That's good. So we get the babies back on the breeder. So we need to export the mob essence from that one. We need to export the mob essence and the sludge from that one. And we can take this barrel across, can't we? And put that in. Now, sewage. Why is it still a sewage drum? Uh-oh, I've broken the network. Uh-oh. What have I done? I put that in there, do I get one less bucket? Nope, it's all gone wrong. I've totally bugged it up. Think I broke it. Because it doesn't seem to have done anything with that bucket. That drum is to be glitched. Oh dear. So it's not ideal then apparently. But we'll disconnect. Okay, I'm trying to... What? I had to smash literally everything other than what I wanted to smash. Fine, just nearly kill me. Back in the milk. I could milk the cows, I could do that as well. You finished being a total bastard now? This is frustrating because that's cost me my setup a little bit. Why couldn't I pick that up? Okay, so it's not what you'd expect it to do. Okay, so put that all back together, get that back running again. So we've got the sludge boiler. We've got the extra cells fluid export bus. We just need to find a home for it. I'm thinking this place in here. This might be a good spot for the sludge boilering because it's far enough away from anywhere to prevent it from causing me any harm. Very easy to run an ME cable to it, so that's what I'm probably going to do. But yeah, we have storage for fluids now in the ME network, which is excellent. I need to add the piping to these machines, so I'll probably do that between this episode and the next. So it's been a very successful episode, hopefully. We have taken a lot of time to craft these new extra utilities fluid duct things, fluid pipes, etc., which is an extremely useful resource. So as ever, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the episode. I hope you've enjoyed the fluid import and export situation we have going on now, the ME network. Getting very close to being able to build my computer with the resources that we have. And once I have the crafting computer and the crafting CPU, we are literally automated heaven. And then we can start doing some cool and crazy shit. I still need to get myself, with the Mob Essence, a spawner set up, which is probably something I'll try and do next episode as well. So I'll show you the finished setup for the extracting of the essence and the sewage from the cows over there, and then we'll set up the mob spawner, I think, to get me some wither skulls so that I can build the wither, get my division sigil, whatever it's called, and then we'll go and do some crazy cool machines. Some of the stuff we're going to be able to get with that division signal is immense, and it's going to make life a million times easier for us to gather all sorts of wonderful, wonderful things. So I hope you're looking forward to that. I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now, guys.